What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3-Minute Thursday, and today I'm going to be going through how to shoot steel wool photography. And if you don't know what steel wool photography is, then just look at these photos right here. Yeah, pretty cool, right? So, steel wool photography is, you all probably know what steel wool is. If you don't, it's this stuff. So this stuff is like really thin, like metal, I think, like really thin shivved metal. I actually don't know quite what, I think people use this for like sanding things down in like the outdoor world. I use it for photography. So that gets you sparks that look like these. Now, I haven't been doing steel wool photography for a long time, but I have done it enough to where I know how to do it, what to look for when doing it, and what the settings are. So I'm gonna go through those today and kind of show you how to do it and kind of get you prepared for when you want to go out and do it yourself. It's not exactly the most expensive thing you can do photography-wise. It's actually pretty cheap, but here's what you will need: steel wool. And I recommend buying the steel wool that is the finest steel wool. I mean 0.0000000 steel wool. That's gonna get you the most sparks, that's gonna get you the brightest sparks, and that's just gonna be the easiest to work with. It also tears apart really easily, so you can stuff it in the next piece of gear you need. A whisk attached to, you don't need a chain, but I end up getting a chain. You could literally use a piece of paracord and you'd probably be fine. Just took this hook, hooked it onto the actual whisk itself, and now I can go spinning to my heart's desire. So, I was originally looking for just the whisk anyways, and I couldn't find it because no one nowhere sells it. For whatever reason, unless you buy a KitchenAid mixer, you can't find just the whisk. But if you want, do what I did, buy an actual whisk with a handle, and you can pretty much just rip the handle off. They're super cheap. This whole setup, probably about $5. So with this, you grab your steel wool. I usually get about this much, just a good wad, and you just kind of stuff it in like so. Then you got your magic wand. Another thing you do need, I forgot to mention, is a lighter. Those are really cheap to pick up, but you have to light this. I like to put my camera on like a 10-second timer. I'll run out, stand there, light it, and then as soon as I see that go, I'll just start spinning and get the shot. It definitely not doing it in here because it probably burned the place down. So, shooting modes. I use the Fuji H2 and it worked really well for this. You just gotta know the right shooting modes, otherwise it's not gonna work because you are at low light. I found out that manual shooting mode, because then you can manipulate everything you need to manipulate. 25-second shutter, so that means the shutter's gonna be open for 25 seconds. That's gonna give you all the light trails. And then your aperture is gonna be around f22 to f16 because you want that all in focus, and it's just gonna be a little bit easier. You're not gonna get any depth of field with this anyways. ISO at 100 or the lowest your camera can go because you don't wanna have to take noise out in post. You can, and it works really well, but you don't want to if you don't have to. And seeing you're shooting at night, you're not gonna want any additional light in there anyways because these sparks are producing the light in this image. You're gonna want your white balance set to daylight just because that's the proper white balance, that this is gonna give the best orange glow to this. Now, I am now thinking about it. I think you could probably do different colors because they have those different fires set with colors. I'll have to try that sometime. I haven't experimented with it yet because it just came to my mind, but I'm gonna try it sometime. And one of the most important things I found out early on was manual focus. And I found this out because shooting night photography I've been experimenting with, I'm not really good at all. But I was trying to shoot the stars one time, and well, one, I had the lens cap on for 2 of the shots, which was a nightmare because I sat there for a half hour. The photo has to be taken for 15 minutes because the shutter speed was a 15-minute, the shutter was open. And then it had to process for 15 minutes, so one photo took 30 minutes, and 2 of those didn't work because of the lens cap. The third one, you could see, but it was out of focus because I was trying to autofocus and I didn't have anything to focus on. That's one of the big things at night is you don't have anything to focus on. So if you're shooting this with a friend, have your friend stand out to where you're about to be or have him be the one doing it, but have him stand there, shine a flashlight on him, set your focus, and then take the photo. If you by yourself, then set the focus to a really wide focus so that you get everything in focus and you know you're not gonna miss that focus because this is kind of tasking to do multiple times, and it is at night. You want to get to bed, understandable. But there's really not much else to it than that. You grab your whisk, you grab your rope, your chain, whatever, put some steel wool in there, light it up, and just spin. You can spin up, you can spin around, you can do a figure-8 motion, you can do whatever. And you can do light painting, which is a whole different ball game. We won't get into light painting today, but just so you know, that's something you can do. Well, we have gone way over our time limit for today, guys. I am coming back to this and not being very good at sticking to 3 minutes. Oh well, I don't want to rush it, so we'll just keep going with how it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.